the holiday season. We don't have time for a full-fledged routine. In this video, I'm going to show you a 5-minute routine using 3 devices that is going to give you a really nice lift in a flash. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 21 years, and I love devices. I love my machines, and if I have a client that I can't get results on with one device, I need to have about 20 others that I can try and make sure I get the results that they want, that I want, right? So it's good to have a collection of proven technology that you can work on your skin with. So let's get started. I want to do a quick 5-minute lift and see. I think I'm going to do the Time Master Pro for 2 minutes, the Curve for 2 minutes, and the Mini for a minute. So I'm going to do 2 minis for 1 minute. So it'll really be a 6-minute routine, but I want to see doing sort of a high intensity workout to my face in 6 minutes and see what kind of results I get. Just going to take off my makeup underneath. Now when you do this at home, you will want to take off all of your makeup and do it on a clean face with plenty of conductive gel. All right, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to use my Hydra Lift. This is a multitasking product that acts as a conductive gel that's clear, so you can do LED and stuff over it. It's also very nourishing, hydrating, and doubles as a hydrating mask. So you can use it with or without your devices as a mask, or with your devices as a conductive gel. Right, so I need to put my timer on. I'll use Google for that here. Have everything ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna use the Time Master Pro first. Okay, Google, set timer for 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes, starting now.
All right, so I'm just doing the neck, pushing that platysma back, pushing it back. If you have neck bands, you'll want to go up and down on the neck. You'll probably want to avoid the thyroid if you have thyroid issues. Thyroid is right here. So you can safely do the sides. And you can do up underneath the chin. A lot of lymph and extracellular fluids and waste get stuck up underneath here. It's a big reservoir area. And then we will do our lifting moves, our vectors. And I have the vectors. If you've not heard of vectors, they are moves that cut across areas of common facial sag. So this is a vector, this is a vector, vector. Yeah, I definitely want to take all your makeup off before doing this, but I'm like, my goodness, it took me an hour to put my makeup on. Now I have to take it all off with these devices, which I love my devices, but I usually do them at night. All right, there's 2 minutes.
Resetting for 2 minutes, starting now.
I like to use mode 3 on here. Level 3. Wasting time. I like to hold it like this. I do. Oh, it beeps like that when I'm running out of battery. Oops. Okay, we're only using the video for 2 minutes, so hang on, Curve. I use this a lot on clients and they love it. Oh, So the Time Master Pro was ultrasound, LED, electric muscle stimulation. This is ultrasound, radio frequency, LED, and biomechanical vibration. So this is a face and body unit, and it's made for cellulite and spot reduction. It's for the body. So when we use it on our face, I like to use it for just 5 minutes max because it's working. Because everybody's like, does it burn the fat out of your face? I'm like, no. You have to do it a lot for that to happen. So I just suggest 5 minutes, just a couple times a week on your face with this. And I like mode 3. Although we have under the frequently asked questions on the website, it tells you what modes to use for your face, what modes to use for your body, and what they all do. So you would choose this device if you had body issues you wanted to do. The only thing with this device is it doesn't get around the eyes very well. It's kind of too big and clunky. Does a great job around the lower face. Okay, and yeah, so the Time Master Pro you would use because you can get it around the eyes better. It gets up in the nooks and crannies. I think you can do lifting moves better with it, because it's more detailed. It's just a smaller treatment head. Whereas, and we also have frequently asked questions. This is all the differences between the Time Master Pro and the Curve is on our website. So it's like, when do I need this? When do I need that? But I would say the Curve is great if you want to do body treatments as well. A little clunky around the face, you can use it on the face. A little clunky like around the eyes, but yeah, that's where the Time Master Pro would come in because you can get down into the eye orbit. They're both great though. You can't go wrong with either one. And lastly is microcurrent, and we always do microcurrent last. Why? Because microcurrent tenses the muscles and it retrains the muscles, right? You want them to be in their up and taut position. And so you don't want to go in with anything afterwards to relax the muscles. You want to keep them up there and leave them there. Okay, Google, set timer for 1 minute.
Sure, 1 minute.
Now you normally want to do these slowly, but when you've just got the 1 minute, well, you'll have 2 minutes. Sorry, these things are clunking against the ground. I plugged them into these little battery chargers because they work really well and you don't have to have it plugged into the wall. You can plug it into any USB port. So I'm doing all my vectors because I'm not going to do the whole routine like they say, because I just have a minute or 2 minutes. So I'm going to do vectors. Once again, cutting across areas of common facial sag. All these vectors. Okay, Google, stop. And I'm doing a lift and hold where sort of everything comes together, sort of that facelift point where they come in and cut everything off and stitch it up. So I like to hold here. Okay, that's about 10 seconds. Somebody was asking me if it's better to go really fast like us or to do the lift and hold, and I'm like, to do the lift and hold, really. These are on 10-second timers, and so you want to go with the beep, with the timer. And 1 stroke is 10 seconds, and it's really better to go slower. But for these videos, I go faster because I don't want people to click away because they're bored because I'm right. But generally, watch TV or do something if you want to multitask, listen to a podcast, and go with the beep because a normal session with this will take about 20 minutes with one. If you do all the moves 3 times each, 3 times 30. seconds, or 3 times 10 seconds equals 30 seconds, right? So you want to go and do all the moves. I don't know what you think. I feel like I got a pretty good lift with even 6 minutes, and this is something you could do if you're in a hurry, if you just want to get it done. I think a few times a week doing it this way wouldn't hurt anything, but at least 1 or 2 times a week you need to get your full treatment in. But the thing is, when I combine modalities, I usually shorten each one. So if I'm doing the Time Master Pro followed by the curve on a client, I may only do 5 minutes of the Time Master Pro, but actually I'm using 2. Okay, so I do 10 minutes of the Time Master Pro, 5 minutes on each side with 2, and then I'll go in the curve with the curve and only use it for 5 minutes. I'm not going to use it for the full 15. And then they get 5 minutes of super high powered LED. This is my professional unit. But yeah, when you combine modalities, they sort of feed off of each other, and you don't need as long a treatment times. Now, can you? Sure, you can do the long treatment time if you have the time, if you feel like you want to give your skin an extra boost of energy, sure. But also know that your skin needs downtime. So after I did an hour treatment on my skin, I would give my skin a day of rest, because really the magic happens between the treatments. And I'll have people say, oh, I'm doing all this stuff to my skin and it's not responding. I'm like, try doing half of what you're doing right now and see if your skin doesn't snap back, because we can overwork our face just as easily as we can overwork out, like overdo it with our body. Anyway, yes, a quick routine is going to be very effective and it keeps it fresh. So try this before a party or just when you're feeling like you don't want to do your whole routine, and you'll see that you'll still get a nice lift and your skin is going to feel nicely exercised. Okay, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye now.